The Moravian capital of Brno is going to experience the biggest combat sports event in the history of the city. In September, OKTAGON and its circus, accompanied by the biggest stars, will arrive in full force. The title fight for the middleweight championship belt is going to come with an earthquake. On one side of the cage, there will be an elite Czech fighter and reigning champion, Patrick Kinsel. And on the other, as challenger and former champion of 5 European organizations, Alex Lahore. There will also be Slovak stars. The attractive and already postponed bout between Karol Rysavy and František Fodor, Vojta Barborik and his debut in the lightweight division, the return of the bomber Radovan Uškrt and the megastar Gabor Beast Bararosh. And we'll also see the culmination of the reality show, Who Can Survive, Adam and Nathan, who have unfinished business with each other and will finally come face to face in the cage. OKTAGON 35. Winning Group Arena, September 17th, Brno. Tickets available for purchase through Ticket Portal Network.
Vůbec poprvé se do oktagonu podívá Vladislav Kanchev.
Ve 32 letech má Kanchev na svém kontě 12 vítězství. Všechny ukončil před limitem. A smlouva s oktagonem a možnost se tady ukázat je pro něj zatím největší životní výzvou.
Spolu s jeho dnešním soupeřem MATÉ Kertéšem je pojí společný protivník BRYAN Veličkovič. A stejně jako maďarská stálice domácí scény, i on s ním nakonec po 3 kolech padl na body.
Neskutečné. MATÉ Kertész dokázal dominovat v zápase s BRYANem Veličkovičem. Všechno pro vítěze, kterým se stává BRYAN Veličkovič.
Pro plastickou trhavinu C4, jak je Vladislav Kanchev přezdíván, byl zápas s BRYANem Veličkovičem velmi nepříjemný také, protože narušil jeho šňůru 6 vítězství.
MATÉ nám už v minulosti ukázal svou houževnatost a to, kolik toho je v kleci ochotný snést. Dostane prostor i tentokrát. Nebo nás čeká rychlá akce v podání srbského dělostřelce.
Kertész versus Kanchev, to bude velmi zajímavá a velmi těžko zdolatelná K2. Nakonec se na vrchol dostane pouze jeden z nich.
Here he comes, making his debut, Vladislav C4 Kanchev, hailing from Sofia, Bulgaria. And Luke, when I described him to you first, I said he fights just like he looks, and he really does. An absolute bulldog of a pressure fighter, and devastating with it. 12 wins, 12 professional wins, 12 finishes, 11 of those in the first round, 9 KOs, 3 submissions. He's the type of fighter, Luke, that even if he's losing 14 minutes, 50 seconds, I'll do the maths, of a fight, he has to touch you once and he can turn it around.
And most of the time he touches you in the first round anyway. This guy is absolutely violent, comes forward and swings and tries to take your head off. Very, very dangerous man. Making his debut here on one of such a big event. I don't think that will affect him being in enemy territory.
He's spoken about this, about the platform, the show, and also the opponent, because Kertész has fought Kozma twice. He's just come off that loss to Bojan, which many people thought Kertész won. You could argue it either way as far as the scorecards, because it went the distance. But he's not worried about that. All he knows is now he's fighting somebody that's ranked, somebody that's in the title conversation. And with a performance here, and more importantly, a finish here, showing what he does best, knocking people out, that puts him in that conversation. So he's like, the pressure's not on me. Kertész has taken the fight with technically a nobody in the eyes of the OKTAGON fan base. But right now, if he takes out what is many people think number 2, number 3 in the division, that's his spot then. That's his chance for him to say, no, look, I'm here to make a statement and I want that title shot.
Yeah, he's in the perfect situation here, especially, you know, the man that he is and the skills that he possesses. If he does win, most likely it'll be by a highlight reel knockout. And that's the thing that projects you straight up there into the title conversation. So a win over MATÉ in general puts you there, but a highlight reel knockout, everyone will know this guy's name.
Just getting final checks there. I think he's having a bit of a, is it a pedicure, a manicure? Clipping the toenails there. The referee's just making sure everything is safe as possible before they enter the cage.
I think a manicure is of the hand.
Okay, so pedicure, we'll go with that.
Of the feet. I might be wrong.
You're the type of guy that would know this, though. I'm looking at how smartly you're dressed, how soft your skin looks.
I've never had a pedicure.
I've seen your feet. Oh my God. But let's get off that topic and back to the topic of this fight, because again, Kanchev, he's only lost in his last 7 fights is to Bojan Veličković, and that's a similar opponent that Kertész has faced last time. And Bojan was just able to take him into those deeper waters, wear him down, and eventually get that decision victory. But for me, this is still somebody absolutely devastating.
Finally makes himself into the cage. Now all we need is his opponent.
And this man, Luke, making his 11th walk to the octagon cage. My goodness, and he has become a fan favorite, hailing from Hungary. And it's not just the proximity of the country that's made him a fan favorite, it's the fights he's put on. He's given David Kosma some of the hardest rounds that he's ever had to have to face. He's beaten the likes of Pukac, he beat Jungwirth as well, and he's somebody who is ever evolving, and for me, super intelligent in there as well. The way he structures his camps, the way he structures his game plan for the fights. And the interesting part of this camp has been he spent 3 weeks over at AKA training under Javier Mendez with the Dagestan crew of Habib over there, Islam Makhachev. His first spar in AKA, the first day he got there, was none other than light heavyweight fighter Luke Rockhold. So, I mean, he's taken himself away to better himself. And when I spoke to him about 2 weeks ago, he really feels like he, forget the cliche, but he's in the best shape, the most well-rounded, all the skills are on point, and he's dialed in. He knows this fight really won't project him closer to that fight with Kosma or the rematch with Bojan, but he knows he has to stay switched on. He respects the danger in this, and that's the key for him.
Yeah, I think staying switched on and staying aware is the most important thing. There's certain type of opponents that you have, there's certain fights that you have out there. But, you know, against David Kosma, if you made a mistake, maybe you get taken down. And he's going to be on top of you, and he's going to tie you out for, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's going to suck. It's not a great thing to do to make an error. If you make an error against Vladislav Kanchev, you're going to get knocked out. And you're going to get knocked out brutally. So you have to be focused constantly for 15 minutes. It's a very hard task, especially with the style that MATÉ has. You know, coming forward, looking for clinches, looking for takedowns. He has a lot of forward pressure. It's going to be difficult to have forward pressure for 15 minutes with C4 explosive over there.
Yeah, C4 is his nickname, and that's because of the power he possesses in his hands. Tell the tape in front of us. 3 years the younger MATÉ Kertész. The height and reach will be on his side. And the tip spot odds have MATÉ Kertész as a heavy favorite against the Bulgarian from Sofia, making his debut here. So look, let's get it underway. This welterweight contest is ready, so is Andrei Novotny.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a welterweight bout that is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Let me introduce you both fighters, and we start in the blue corner. He is 32 years old. He stands 177 centimeters tall, and he weighs in at 77.4 kilos. He represents Tiger Sport MMA, and the coaches in his corner are Yivko Stoimenov and Borislav Bojkov. He has a professional record of 20 fights, 12 wins, all coming by knockout, 6 losses and 2 draws. Fighting out of Bulgaria, Vladislav C4 Kanchev. Red corner, he's 29 years old. He stands 183 centimeters tall, and he weighs in at 77.4 kilos. He represents BSK CrossFit Gym, and the coach in his corner is Roland Schitkraut. He has a professional record of 16 fights, 11 wins and 5 losses. Representing Neruda Cup team, deepcbd.cz. Fighting out
out of Hungary, MATÉ Kertész.
Okay, touch your gloves. Fighters, fight fair, fight always for win, okay? Good luck. Stay back.
There we have it. Final instructions as we are set and ready for this welterweight contest here on the main card of Octagon 34. Vladislav C4 Kanchev from Sofia, Bulgaria in the blue corner, white shorts, taking on MATÉ, the cold-blooded Kertész. Black shorts, red corner, me, BRYAN LACEY, alongside Luke Barnett. And even that touch of gloves looks like a pretty heavy shot from Kanchev.
Big left hook, swing and a miss. Catches MATÉ early though, only a small shot, but it landed well. That made him make the decision of let's get close to this guy, let's pinch up. Underhook here from Vladislav. Good off-balance attempt there.
And Vladislav, when you watch his fights back, a lot of his work is those heavy hooks, the pressure fighting, but a grappling national champion of Bulgaria. And Bulgaria is underrated as far as its grappling, its combat sambo.
Yeah,
oh, it's a big cut.
Wrestling there.
Big cut on the left eye there, just on the corner of the eye of MATÉ Kertész.
Yeah, Kertész getting flung around there off the fence, back into this center. With these hands of Vladislav are so dangerous.
Now, for me, the blueprint was laid out by Bojan Veličković in the first round in his fight against Kanchev. He circled, he picked, he moved, he made him chase the fight. Because Kanchev throws hard with every shot, and even if you miss, you still burn that energy, right, Luke?
Yeah, but that's what you have to do. You have to make him miss. You have to make him chase you, which can be quite difficult for, and I used to always find that difficult, trying to move away from the guy and make them come to you. I just want to fight, you know, and MATÉ's quite similar to that. He wants to get involved. He wants to fight. He wants to push the pressure. He wants, because he has fantastic cardio. So he thinks, oh, put the pressure on, put the pressure on, put the pressure on. But sometimes, you know, with Vladislav, it's the wrong idea. Again, see, double leg, trying to push forward, push forward. Let him come to you. Let him come to you, counter those big...
Oh, another left hand.
That was big.
Solid shot there from Kanchev. And we've seen in his fights, there is durability as well with Kertész, but you can't take too many of them. Finally, he gets the takedown.
Yeah, beautiful level change there to convert the double leg. It was seamless, really. And this hit for MATÉ is probably the best spot he could be in. Going to get some explosive movement from the bottom from Vladislav. If he can ride the first explosion, he can maybe see this through.
Yeah, 11 of the 12 victories Kanchev has got are in the first round. It seems to be the trait that if you can take him past that first round, the danger absolutely drops as the minutes go on.
Going deep half guard here. Giving up on that good shoulder pressure from MATÉ.
And MATÉ Kertész talked to me about his time over at AKA, training with Habib, watching on with the likes of Said Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, all the other Dagestan wrestlers out there. And he said, look, I'm a good wrestler, I know I am. He said, but I left there thinking I wasn't. But he said, I also left knowing that I was better, and he's putting that on show. This top control, excellent from Kertész.
Yeah, deep now in this, again, great shoulder pressure. That's how you negate it. If the guy goes for the deep half guard, if you can get that shoulder pressure and you can pin him, there's nothing he can do there.
You got that lockdown from Kanchev on the bottom. What does that do as far as for him?
I mean, you can use that to get certain sweeps. Every time that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to use that lockdown, go to like a deep half, and get a sweep from the bottom, but he can't because MATÉ's positioning is so good. It just limits him passing and moving on to, you know, to the mount position. But to be honest, he's doing enough damage just from here. Some people like to be in the half guard. He's lost that lockdown now.
Yeah, Kertész repositioning excellently there. And
exactly what he needs to do here, wearing down Vladislav.
Oh, he's going for a leg. He's switching round. Kertész has got to stay switched on. He's got to respect this. And look at that, rides it out nicely, takes the back position.
Yeah, but Vladislav will use that to try and stand back up, grabbed hold of the fence, got warned by the referee.
And Kertész, one of the outstanding parts of the performance against Bojan Veličković was the cardio, right, Luke? That third round was the pace and the pressure. Unbelievable to say that he'd already been in a war for 10 minutes.
I literally didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like it was that unbelievable. I'm not joking. It's just like he did not get tired. He only goes up one way. So the same here. I feel like Vladislav is a very explosive C4 guy. So the more that he gets worn on here, it's only going to work for Mate's favour. And Mate's only going to get better, only going to get faster, only going to get fitter. He doesn't get tired.
Final seconds of this round.
It was a rocky start.
Well, he's wearing
Kertész,
yeah.
but now you'd say at the end of that round he should feel supremely confident.
I mean, he's always got to respect the power for the first 30 seconds, minute of any round with this guy, Kanchev. But the adjustments he made, the takedown was really good, and then the top position and the control. And Luke, it wasn't just the position, it wasn't just the takedown, sorry, it was where he positioned himself once he was on the mat. He really made Kanchev carry him, really worked it. It wasn't just about beating him up physically, but that gas tank was under pressure as well. Yeah,
that constant pressure. There's that right hand that rocked Mate a little bit. He was quite successful a few times early on, Vladislav. But then once the beautiful reversal of that as well, once the clinch started happening, Mate worked out a way to get it down to the mat. Big, deep breaths here now from Vladislav.
Yeah, round two nearly upon us, and this was a nice transition. He finished in this back spot. Again, making him carry the weight, but punishing him as he does it.
I'll be surprised if Mate decides to stand for much longer in this second round. I think he'll go straight back in to try and close the distance.
And there he has, shot straight away and up against the cage instantly. The odds there for tip spot. Kertész now a firm favourite after that strong finish to round number one. Can he complete this takedown on the first attempt? Oh. Working hard to try and pull those hands together, Luke.
Yeah, fingertips now there. He's going to get this, going to convert this once he gets it together.
He's got to stay low on those hips, right, for this to work, and he's done that, pulls him away.
A lot of energy being used there, but Vladislav straight back up to his feet. He really had to work for that takedown.
Again, good head pressure, good control here from Kertész.
Looking for that outside leg read. Couldn't quite get it. Good position, but good head position here as well from Kertész.
And Kertész as well, those 3 weeks in AKA came from his father, who's, I believe he's a lawyer, was traveling out there. Doesn't really know much about who's who in MMA, just wandered into the gym up to Javier Mendez, showed him a couple of videos of his son and said, hey, can I send him over here? And that was it. Then the next thing you know, you're sparring Luke Rockhold 2 days later.
You know, parents, they love to encourage their kids.
Oh, look at this, more and more pressure from Kertész, looking to work his way around the back here.
As long as he's not on the end of those bombs, he'll be happy. This is great work from him. Like we said, he can't get tired. He doesn't know how to get tired. So any work he's putting in here is just helping him in the long run. Trying to sneak to the back. Frustration from Vladislav, you see that there.
Trying to get something off here, Kertész just staying pinned to his man, that head. Absolutely pivotal, which is the phrase and also the point of it. Using that, staying connected, just making it a horrible experience for Vladislav. And he doesn't seem to have much of an answer here, Lou. What does he need to be doing from this position? Because he can't get any space, any disconnection from Kertész.
Again, it's all about controlling that head. Kertész has got such fantastic head position here. You see now he's grabbing the head. Brutal, horrible. He needs to try and get space. The first thing you need to get space from is the head. The head controls the body, so if he can push it high, push it low, push it to one side, he can then get his hips out. Maybe trying to work to get an underhook here as well would be good. That left arm, that elbow, he could try and work round. Referee's seen enough though. I'm going to give Vladislav a moment. Imagine Mate will be straight back in. Oh, misses there. Vladislav doing better now to keep this space.
Oh, and pushing forward now. 1 minute 45 seconds left.
But you can just see him tired already. His arms are tired, lactic acid. He's still got that explosive power, but it's hard to get knockouts when you've been working. Your arms are so filled with blood and tired from these takedowns and this relentless pressure from MATÉ Kertész as he manages to get back on top.
Yeah, steps straight away into that half guard position. And he was so happy to work from here, Luke. He really can control the base of his opponent because he's got him flat on his back, and that's not how you want to be to progress or even to threaten from that position.
Yeah, you need to get on the side. What he wants to be is on his left side, get his hips up, and try and get his hips back to the fence. But it's just so easy to say and hard to do when you feel that pressure. Look at that fantastic head position, grinding away and breaking down Vladislav Kanchev.
It really is. That breaking down's a great phrase for it because that's what he's doing. He's wearing on him in every facet.
Even last when they separated and Vladislav had his moments, he didn't even really have the energy to swing. You know, his big weapon, those big hands, those big hooks, he couldn't even utilize them.
And we talk about the lactic acid in those arms, those powerful arms that have got such danger in them in those opening 5 minutes. The other thing that this position does, and people don't really understand unless you've ever been under it, is the gas tank, right? Because you cannot get a full breath in your lungs. You are chasing air all the time, and the more you chase it, the harder it is to catch your breath.
Then you're carrying the weight of MATÉ all the time as well. He's so good at displacing his weight. Great head position, little digs to the stomach, just constantly interrupting the breathing.
It's a very Dagestan performance, right?
So far. That's basically what would happen to him for 3 weeks at AKA.
Yeah, he talked about that, and when he described it, he had a smile in his eye, but you know absolutely there'll be some days you'd come off the mat and, I mean, you'd probably go home and just sit quietly in your Airbnb for about 3 or 4 hours before you even did anything. And now you can hear the urgency in the corner of Kanchev, and there has to be that, right? For him, let's put it in his corner. He can't allow Kertész to close him against the cage, and he's got to try and land. He has got to lay it all out there without opening up the free takedown for Kertész.
Yeah, we know what Kertész is going to do. Well, I said it at the beginning of the second round. He's going to close the distance. Boom, closes the distance. That's all he wants. But look at Vladislav. He is exhausted. It's like an inhuman amount of pressure that MATÉ Kertész can, put on his opponent. You see that now from Vladislav. He's not really taking any big shots in this fight, but he looks disheveled. He looks in trouble. He looks like he's questioning, why am I here? And it's just because of this great pressure that Kertész, and that's what he does in all of his fights.
Yeah, and you look across that cage, and when you're facing somebody who doesn't even seem to be that out of breath.
He's only just getting started.
Third and final round here, this welterweight contest. And we have 2 bouts to come. That lightweight contest that sees Legursky returning, taking on the mighty Rooster Kohut, and of course the light heavyweight title fight, Romola versus Ilic.
Kertész straight back in to this body. Oh, gets the takedown straight away.
Bullies him to the ground there. Nice technical as well, but he was intent on the clinch and straight away to the mat.
I think he knows he's breaking Vladislav now.
Oh, Vladislav might be able to turn into him here. And he does.
Just to get on top.
Looking for the switch here, Kertész. Oh, rolling out.
Vladislav does well, though, to keep control. Gets back to his feet. Can he separate off the fence? Needs to circle to his left.
And he's done very well there, Vladislav, but how much energy has he had to use in the first 40 seconds, Luke?
Yeah, and MATÉ's not going to stop. He's going to keep coming. Now looking for this single, switches back to the body. He's relentless.
I think he must have lungs down to his ankles because honestly, that gas tank is phenomenal. And this pressure is just mounting now, Luke. He wants to finish, you can feel it, right? He doesn't just want to coast to a victory.
Yeah, and Vladislav shelling up now as well, showing signs of a man ready to give in. Not trying to get up, not trying to progress his position, just trying to survive.
Look at the numbers there, 4 takedowns to Kertész over the 3 rounds. And look at where he positions his upper chest, Luke. He places it high and now has that Dagestan handcuff you're just pointing at.
Manages to get out of it, does Vladislav, but does that by giving up his back to the floor, being flat on his back in this half guard position, great head position.
And again, we talk about fighters that we've seen progress just since we last saw them. And this is one of them. Kertész already so well-rounded. And when I spoke to him about what he wants, and we're not going to jump past this one, but just as far as the interview I did with him a couple of weeks ago, he talked, yeah, obviously worked away to Kosma, but also now he wants a rematch with Bojan, but now setting up this head and arm loop.
Yeah, just very difficult to convert those on board people. Kind of give up on it halfway through. But yeah, he was devastated by the Bojan fight, absolutely devastated, I remember that. And that kind of broke him. So I feel like that's even more important to him right now. We'll see what he has to say if we see the end of this third round.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Still not done and dusted yet, but now progressing, trying to work out. Oh, he's got that arm high now. Now he just needs to free that leg and step to the other side.
Yeah, difficult to do. Nice escape there. Vladislav still fighting valiantly as we move into the last 2 minutes.
Tough as they come. Oh, short shot over the top with the left hand.
Yeah, I felt that one right in the teeth.
But look at the upper body positioning. He's making it so hard for Vladislav to make any space. And that's the key, right? You need space to escape. Like, see him turn onto his hips there. And he's just not getting it. It is a wet blanket on top of him right now.
Just that fantastic head position and that arm that he wraps around the head. Oh, maybe going to sweep to try and go for a leg lock. Can't get it. Good adjustments from MATÉ. And again, that shoulder pressure straight away. Controls the head. Flat on his back is Vladislav.
Short shots. Lots of pressure. And it's a stunning performance. Like the Bojan one, he really tried to put his grappling on show there. Right from the start, he came at Bojan trying to close that distance. In 3 weeks, plus the camp he's had back in Hungary under his coach there, you can see just the small technical progressions he's made with the takedowns, with the top position, with maintaining position, and then add to that the pressure and the output. He's still able to deliver over 3 rounds. It's a stunning performance.
I feel like his trip to AKA has just added a different layer. He's always, this is what he does, but he almost seems more confident with it now. And absolute destruction and control for the last 3 rounds as we move into the final 20 seconds.
And he stepped into the fire with this guy as well, straight away from round 1, then got caught, got cut, but still stayed on point, stayed focused. Sometimes when people see their own blood and they don't know how bad the cut is, it can cause panic, it can cause that, but again, another sign of just the experience he's got, and this is his 11th fight for OKTAGON alone. Really has shone through once again, MATÉ Kertész.
And undoubtedly will see his way to victory there.
And look at, he's barely out of breath as he helps Kanchev to his feet.
And that's what we know now is Vladislav, what he is feeling. He needs to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be like, he just got dismantled in 15 minutes.
And there's a little smile on Kertész. He goes back to his corner.
I mean, I always prided myself on my cardio, but I don't think I could ever wrestle like that for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but you could dance. You can dance all night long. I know this. I know that.
Shiny lights, no problem.
Oh my goodness.
This was a story of the entire fight. Forward pressure from Kertész. Beautiful off-balance takedown early on. Gets that trip. And once he's on top, he is relentless. Small, nuanced movements, control, hooks, lacing the legs, lacing the arms, controlling the back. Great takedown here. It's going to be interesting to see what he has to say on the mic. Whose name is he going to call for?
Well, he's just been watching his handiwork on the big screen there and kind of shrugging his shoulders. So even straight after the fight, analyzing, breaking down maybe what he could have done differently. But for me, against an opponent that is that dangerous, again, 12 wins, 12 finishes, 11 in the first round, 9 knockouts, 3 submissions. As deadly an opponent as you can face. So to come out with the scratch on the eye, but the victory would be a good night's work in my eyes. So look, let's get it underway. Let's find out who took it. Let's hand it to Andrei
Ladies
Novotny.
and gentlemen, let's see how the judges scored this fight. 30-26, 30-27, and 30-27. All three judges scored this fight in the favor of the winner, who's coming from the red corner, MATÉ, cold-blooded Kertész.
Congratulations. Hard fight. Hard fighter.
Congratulations, MATÉ. It doesn't seem that you are so happy.
Yeah, I got cut.
Yeah, you got cut, and it's nasty cut actually.
It is. You know, as everybody can see, I have a huge, what's it called? Chin. I have a huge chin, so every punch that got me a cut. 5 years ago it was sexy, now it's not really.
Mate říká, jo, no, já mám takový velký kat a všichni vidí, že mám jako tvrdou bradu. Před pár lety to bylo sexy mít takovýhle kat, teď už to tak sexy není. But after first minute, it was clear that you changed completely the strategy and you want to go on the ground, yeah?
Yeah, I was practicing these things in the past couple months, so here's the place where I have to test them, like, what is the good game plan for me, and, you know, it is better to, you know, that my opponents watch my matches, and once I'm only doing stand-up, once I'm doing grappling, and so on, so I'm still trying to figure out what's my style.
Mate říká, tohle jsem trénoval vlastně posledních pár měsíců a pořád vlastně zkouším, on určitě viděl mé zápasy, tak já pořád zkouším vymyslet ten svůj styl úplně. Anything else you want to add?
Not really. Before the end of the year, I want to have one more match, but we will talk about the opponent.
Před koncem roku chci ještě jeden zápas, ale určitě se o tom ještě společně budeme bavit. We will definitely talk about it. Thank you, Mate. Another great performance. MATÉ, cold-blooded Kertész.
Do Německa přinášíme tu nejlepší světovou zábavu. Hned na prvním turnaji jsme vyprodali ikonickou festhale, překonali německý rekord v MMA a pokračujeme dál. I tentokrát se můžete těšit na německou superstar a bývalého profi fotbalistu Christiana Eckerlina. Do akce nastoupí i elitní evropský borec a hrozba pro celý welter. David Zavada. Chybět nebude ani populární tank. Postrach těžké váhy OKTAGONu Hatev Bosmoil. Příběh a mise pokračují. 15.10. OKTAGON 36 Frankfurt. Lístky v prodeji na ticketmaster.de.